Join us this week for the second half of our maiden voyage on the Disney Destiny. We'll check out some more of what's new on this ship, including bars and lounges, a tour of our Hercules-themed stateroom, some fantastic new entertainment, and a look at the beautiful art all over this ship. Let's go! We start day 3 off with a trip to Cafe Megara. This cafe features the unflappable heroine from Disney's Hercules. Look up and you'll see Zeus's lightning bolts raining down. The walls are adorned with a cloud motif with images of Pegasus tucked in between them. Like the other cafes on board, the bar features a selection of coffee and alcoholic beverages, including 3 exclusive to this location. At the end of the bar, you'll find a sculpture of the flower given to Meg by Hercules in the garden.
Yes, I will.
We are docked at Castaway Cay today, so let's head off the ship.
Number 1 down! Hi, Donald.
Here we finally get a good look at Spider-Man and the Spider-Bots hanging out literally on the ship's stern. I'm not feeling the best today, so I'm just going to find a nice warm spot to lounge on the beach, while Danny takes you with her to complete the Castaway 5K challenge.
All right, we have docked ourselves at Castaway, and you know the first thing I need to do, no matter what time we get off the ship, is to do the Castaway Cay 5K. What does this mean? You are either walking, jogging, skipping, however you want to do it. You are following the 5K route on the island. It is very, very much not in the shade, so make sure you are covered in sunscreen because your girl especially needed it today after getting a little too much sun on the legs at Lookout yesterday. But I am heading out I'm going to do the walking version this time, just because my physio wants me to hold off on running a little bit longer while we look at a potential ankle thing. But yeah, come on, join me for the 5K. Now, if you have ever done a Disney race, you may know that there are usually character stops. What I can tell you on the island is there aren't official character stops, but there are always little Disney touches where you can kind of make your own Disney stops. So there's a plane in some areas and there's some things like along the road. So make sure you keep your eyes open. You also need to be careful of trams, as you saw on our way out. It's very much very open, but you can always find something that you might want to take a picture with. And it's super fun just to see so many people out being active. And for me, today is Saturday, which means it's supposed to be park run day. But you know what? It's 25 degrees Celsius here. It's 5 degrees Celsius in Amsterdam. Don't tell them, but I'm a little happy that I'm here instead. I do appreciate that Disney does have multiple water stops, so you do want to bring your own water if you can, but Disney has your back to keep you hydrated because, as I said, it's not very shady. So, another tip, if your ship is unable to dock at Castaway Cay, which can sometimes happen because it's a pretty difficult spot, so depending on weather, you might not stop at Castaway, but don't you worry. If you go to guest services and you ask very nicely, they will potentially slip you the Castaway Cay 5K medal so that you can then do it yourself on the ship. So that happened when we were on the Magic last year. We were not able to stop. It was my birthday trip. I wanted my 5K medallion. And so I went down to guest services, and the woman put it in a very nondescript little white bag and gave it to me. So I was able to head down to the treadmill, just because I didn't feel like doing it out on the deck. But on that ship, you could either do it on the treadmill or on the deck. And so I took myself on a nice 5K treadmill walk. I made sure to do a Peloton Disney class, so I could make sure I had that Disney magic, even if I was on the ship. So yeah, make sure that you don't feel like you're going to completely miss out if you're not able to go to Castaway, but obviously it's not the same as being on the island, you know. I enjoy doing an island time 5K, which is really just a time to chill out and get some steps in, and then just wait until you see where you finish. So the best part of the end is not only do you get a medallion, but you also end at the beautiful water. And so now it's time for me to grab a celebratory drink and put my feet in the sand and put my feet in the water. But that is basically the Castaway 5K. I highly recommend you do it. People of all ages, there's families. Like as I said, you can run, you can walk, you can jog, you can sashay away. But either way, go check it out. It's a great way to start the day. But now I'm parched. I'm ready to celebrate.
Back on the ship, we grabbed some pool deck lunch and are now heading down to the Saga Lounge for an encounter with the actually kind of terrifying Maleficent.
Which is it? Are you brave or unwise? Either way, both serve me well. As I speak, Prince Philip searches the forest, believing he will find the princess. Instead, he will find you. Yes, you. Lure him here. He will follow. I will be waiting, and he will kneel before my throne. You look courageous. How close?
You have been chosen. Yes, I was chosen. This way, off we go. Hurry!
What do you know of Prince Philip?
He's a heartthrob.
And if you were to see him in the forest, how would you intimidate him?
I would suck this in. Make myself look more intimidating than I can.
Interesting. And are you strong?
Strong-willed.
To prove your devotion to me, show me how you will fight to protect all that is.
We discovered pianist Matt Grinke a few years back on the Disney Wish and were delighted to find out he's now on the Destiny. He's doing a show this afternoon called Songs in Waltz Time, so we queued up for what seems to be, so far, the most popular lounge on board, DeVille's. This is our first time seeing this space, and wow, it is incredibly well themed.
Just pull out the perfectly wretched place.
So you don't see that I went to get the coffee?
You didn't tell me.
During this.
Yeah. They only don't serve if a character is in.
Oh, well, Cruella will be here for a lot of it, right? Or
Not today, no.
Waltz time. Oh, thank you very much, folks. I haven't even played anything yet. My goodness. Appreciate you. Thank you, thank you. So this is Songs in Walt's Time, which is all classic Disney tunes that Walt himself would personally approve for his parks, his movies, his TV shows, and all that jazz. And one of those films happens to be 101 Dalmatians. And since we happen to be in DeVille's, here's a bit of Cruella DeVille to start off Songs in Walt's Time.
Since it's pirate night, and honestly, the pirate night dinner menu sucks, we're gonna skip it and instead head up to the Rose for a drink. The Rose is the Beauty and the Beast themed lounge on deck 12 next to Paolo and Enchante. I've ordered a specialty cocktail called Chocolat, which contains Silveray chocolate rum, Bottega Nero chocolate liqueur, Tia Maria coffee liqueur, and Illy Arabica espresso. It smells really chocolatey. Feels like I'm drinking a boozy chocolate mousse. It tastes really good. I really like it. Let's continue our lounge crawl with a stop at Tori's favorite spot, the Haunted Mansion Lounge. You know, she wasn't going to leave this ship without getting the light up sipper or the tea.
Nothing to see here.
Good now? Do you know about the secret drink experience at this haunted mansion? To discover it, turn the menu and solve a riddle. If you've enjoyed this on the Treasure, you'll notice that the two drinks are different from the offering on that ship. We didn't order it this time, but here's a clip from our Treasure sailing of what the experience looks like.
So let me explain. This is the gin with orange. This is a St. George with some blackberry and then a cherry sauce inside. So I will top it with the tonic water. So this side is a whiskey base with some marmalade and then top it up with the ginger ale. You're welcome. Enjoy the drink. Thank you. Water? Yeah. Water? Yeah.
She has a remarkable head for materialized. But happy boys have received the sympathetic vibrations and are beginning to
Everything is good?
Be sure to take a look at the mirror on the right as you exit the lounge. The Grand Hall is decked out in red for Pirate Night.
Yar, matey, there be booty in your eye holes. Yar. Alright, we have our maiden voyage gifts for today. Let's have a look. It is a Disney Destiny passport holder. So here's the other one. Open this up. Place for your card, your passport. Yeah, it's quite nice. Zips up. And while I have you, let's look at the gift from yesterday, which I forgot to share. This is a Disney Destiny lithograph. And there is also a certificate of authenticity.
Please read every bit of this fine print, everyone, to know it's authentic.
It is authentic. So we have a wall at home where we collect artwork and pictures and stuff from our trips. We have our 25th anniversary lithograph we got on one of the sailings on the Dream, I believe. And so now we'll get this framed and we'll put this up next to it. Look nice on our wall.
It's time for the Pirates Rockin' Parlay Party, so let's head up to the pool deck. This is the same show you'll see on the Disney Wish and the Treasure. It's a fun show, but what we're really here for is the fireworks at sea.
Did you say something about a treasure?
The second day of the 11th night, 5 full captains of the Caribbean Sea. Parlay they must pull out, that is the key. Place thy hand on the scroll and yell out, yo-ho! Then a sparkling treasure ye shall behold. Yo-ho! Yo-ho! Yo-ho!
Yo-ho! A pirate's life for me!
It's our last day on board. Boo! Let's start it right with some coffee from Cove Cafe and our mossy Moana, or Vaiana if you're in Europe. Another special maiden voyage treat is a special Q&A session with the Broadway stars from the Night 2 show. This was a real treat.
please welcome to the stage Susan Egan, James Earl Iglehart, and Jordan Fisher. You say whatever you want to say. Good morning, everyone. Absolutely is. That's amazing. Like, those moments are so unexpected, and I think for you, James, is that as we look through, I would love to know what was your favorite improvisational moment as Genie that also caught everyone off guard, including the rest of the cast.
So a friend of mine decided to, we have the ASL interpreters, and I told Adam, I said, just Adam who plays Aladdin, Adam Jacobs, I said, just follow me. And so at the end of Friend Like Me, we do this joke where I'm tired and I just stop and I go, hold on kid, and I walk over to the interpreters and I just look them, they don't see me, they're still looking this way, and I just went, I can make these people say whatever I want. And they look back at me and they just keep going. And then I just start going. I said, I am going to be the first Genie who is on the front of People magazine as the sexiest man alive with no abs whatsoever. And what was great was it was the wave of laughter here, and then like the pause, and then laughter there, and then I went back, and it was like the coolest thing ever. And then, but what's funny is, the next time I went out, the interpreters were ready. They were looking at me like, "What you gonna do?"
That's amazing. Now, Jordan.
Tori's now going to give you a tour of our stateroom.
Welcome to room 6670 on the Disney Destiny. This is a standard deluxe family veranda room. Coming in on your left, you have your closet space. So here we have some life jackets, a bit of storage, the second door, more storage, and this one actually has your safe, drawer safe for your valuables, and some more shelving below. Coincidentally, this is the only one that doesn't light up, I think. Yeah, that one lights up. This one doesn't light up. These are a double width closet and they light up. Here, and so we have some more of our stuff. We've hung a towel in here to keep the hangers quiet, clicking. That's our little tip we learned. And there's the ladder for the pull-down bunk bed if you needed that. Opposite the closets, we have your standard Disney split bathroom. So we'll start here at the controls. We have our room light switch and dimmer and the key card slot to activate the power. So right to the right of this first door, you have your temperature controls. This first room is the toilet room with the water closet. You have a sink in here, some extra shelving, nice light up mirror, shelving on the wall, and some hooks. What's nice about the Wish class ships is there is a night light in here, so at night you can have this on if you need to use the toilet at night and not turn the bright light, which is quite nice. The second of the split rooms is the shower room. So in here we have our sink, lighted mirror, shelving. You have a nice shower in here. And a bathtub if you want to take a bath. There is also a clothesline for hanging your swimsuits. Or any wet clothes. Coming into the room, we have the bed. And above the bed, we have this amazing piece of Hercules art. I think of all the rooms we stayed in, of all the art we've had over our beds, I think this is my favorite. This is so cool. We got Painting Panic down here. You got Hades. You got the Muses. Megara. The Gates. And on the other side, more Muses. You got Hercules and Pegasus, and of course Phil. Can't forget Phil. And I don't know if you can tell, but like the outline in this is all done with like a gold foil. It's really, really pretty. Your standard Disney bed. It's quite comfortable. It's a little firm, I think, because it's not broken in yet, really. This blanket is absolutely gorgeous, though. It's got a bit of the Hercules theming kind of tied into the patterns as well. Quite nice. Next to the bed, we have our nightstands. Just a little drawer. Your stuff. Here we have a European outlet with 2 USB-C plugs on it. Your controls for your downlight and your artwork light for the bed. There is a small reading light you can activate. And there is a light for your side of the bed as well. That's mirrored on the other side. However, on this side we have a bit of expanded plugs. We have a US plug there, 2 USB-Cs, and a second US plug. The same light controls and the same 2 bed lights. Next to that we have our couch. This one does convert to a bed. That's where we got extra pillows from. And there's a little table here that slides, the base slides under the couch. It gives you a bit more room. And this little cake towel creation was done by our room steward as a congratulations on our 15-year wedding anniversary, which is very sweet of him. Right above the couch we have some Hercules art, which is really fun. I like how it's kind of like sketchy, like almost like concept art, like this is a storyboard for the movie almost. It's really nice. Okay, so opposite the couch, we have our storage unit / desk / getting ready area. So down here we have our trash and recycling. There's a large drawer. In here, this is where you find your stationery and like your breakfast menu if you want to do in-room dining breakfast. Several drawers. These have all our stuff in them. One of them actually has a hairdryer in it. I think it's this one. Yeah, here's the hairdryer. Over here we have more storage drawers and a drink cooler. Above that there is a lot of shelving space for things like your Disney ears, any souvenirs you buy, any gifts from the room like our nice maiden voyage passport covers we got. That was quite nice. There are some plugs here. So we have 2 US plugs, 2 USB-C, and 1 European outlet down there. We got our light switches here for various lights in the room. Our duck collection, it's not included in your room, you have to find that yourself. Over here, telephone, as well as a couple more shelving. And opposite the bed there is a TV. This has the Disney On Demand, so all those movies and Disney shows you like to watch. We always watch our Disney Muppet Treasure Island before we go out for Pirate Night, which is fun. This room is a connecting room, so there is an extra door here for connecting to the next room if you needed that. And it is a veranda room, so out this door is our veranda. I'll show you that next. And on the balcony here, we have the pretty standard veranda with 2 chairs and a small table. Let's see if I can get a shot here. Here we go. On deck 6, you do have this overhang piece here, which I don't know if I call this an obstructed view, but it's slightly less than you get in some other rooms. You can't see all the way down to the water.
Muchas gracias a ti. Que tenga un buen día. Hi there, coming over. We're gonna sign something right there? Yeah, of course. What do we have there?
This kind of card?
Oh my goodness, it's a little
stay there.
card. Whoa, what
Got it.
Thank you.
Whoa, Donna, look at that. And it says, when it comes to magic spells, proper pronunciation is key. Oh.
Donna always pronounces things correctly.
Of course, every single time, right? Yes. Would you like to sign it, Donna? Yeah. Right there.
In the bottom.
Where?
The bottom.
The bottom is good. Right there. There we go. Beautiful. How's your day been?
Fantastic,
Yes?
thank you.
What you been up to?
chilling in the adult area,
Oh, that sounds nice.
having a nap.
Taking
Went and
naps.
saw Maleficent.
Oh wow, okay.
She cast some spells.
Yeah, I've seen that. That's really ooh.
It was really cool.
It's really good. It's
Yeah.
really cool, right? Yes. Oh! It was right there, Donald. It's beautiful. Thank you. Take some pictures? Yeah, a big hug for Donald. I know. Perfect. Donald, can we just...
Right there.
I think, oh, that's too much. A little bit. And back. A little bit more.
Right
there. Beautiful.
1, 2, 3. 3, 2, 1.
One of the things we love the most about Disney cruise ships is the amount of art and theming you find on board. On the Destiny, you'll find that the forward elevators and staircases are villain themed. While on the aft end, you'll find the heroes.
Doors closing.
Additionally, throughout the decks with staterooms, you'll find a variety of different themes, from Hercules to Big Hero 6 and Brave. The staircases are also filled with artwork, reflecting the heroes and villains theme at their respective ends of the ship. Did you know that you can purchase a lot of this art as prints delivered to your home via the art kiosk on board? Another one of the amazing lounges on board is the Cask and Cannon, themed after the Pirates of the Caribbean. This is also the quote-unquote sports bar, which unfortunately for us, as we finally got a chance to visit, it's Sunday football time, and it's not feeling especially piratey.
I don't watch the show. I watch the parents.
And then we went to here.
All right, this is a dead man's chest. Okay. It's got like a fruity, tropical kind of feel to it. Definitely get this rum in there. It's got like almost a colada flavor, but it's like a little bit boozier. It's quite good. Cheers.
So now it's my turn to try. Not really my kind of drink, but I feel like it's fitting for this bar. But it definitely screams, trying to think of where that tanginess is from. I didn't look at the description, but at this point, we're gonna go ahead and move over to the Loose Cannon IPA, which we know we're gonna like. So I'm here to tell you a tale. You might not know this. Each of these lights and lanterns are representing the Pirates of the Caribbean ride that you can find globally across Disney. So from California to Tokyo, they're each represented here. Pretty cool.
Dr. Facilier. I don't know why. I thought they were actually playing in Pittsburgh. So I'm like,
Dead men tell no tales.
With the new ship, we got a new cartoon on the ship's onboard water coaster, the Aqua Mouse. The new cartoon is called Sing a Silly Song, and we can't get it out of our head now. It's going to be stuck there all day. Also, who turned up the water pressure on this slide? Because damn.
If you see something scary, say something silly.
Catch air on that, come out of the tube.
Please stay seated until your raft reaches the dock. Then step out to your right. See ya!
After a couple of goes on the Aqua Mouse, we're heading up to the Quiet Cove for some pool time. which turns out to not be so quiet. Folks, why do we have to be so loud? We're trying to relax over here.
Oh, it doesn't have the finger.
I mean, I'll tell you, it'll be like the mirror between.
Should put my sunglasses.
Yes, you should.
It's the elevator.
Back in DeVille's, we are joining Zaya and Gamble for Troublemaking with Cruella. Okay, this was fantastic. 10 out of 10. No notes. Highly recommend. Hall of Fame. Must see. Get in line early.
Hi everyone. We haven't met. I'm Gamble. Nice to see you all.
Yes, hello, I'm Zaya. Lovely to see you
This
all.
place is nice. You all here for the music? Yeah.
Yeah. Speaking of music,
What?
I am sensing that there is a song that is begging to be sung. And piano player, dear darling Matt, I believe you are sensing it as well.
Yes, that's the one. If you know it, sing along. Come on.
Oh, it's full of wicked lies.
Oh no.
But do you know who wrote it?
No.
Roger.
Ooh.
Bland and boring Roger. The husband to Anita. My dear old school chum. To think I once called her friend, and she was mocking me behind my back. Oh! Poor me. Oh, can you imagine such a thing? No. No, piano player! No! Have any of your friends ever called you a nasty name? Yes! Oh! Like vampire bat, inhuman beast! Oh! Well, have you ever been betrayed by someone who you thought was a friend?
Yes.
Yes! Oh, how did you ever carry on?
Killed a puppy.
Oh! It's a bit extreme!
Call someone about that crowd.
Well, this cruel song has ruined my good name. Oh, and poor Cruella, I've no solution. What to do? What to do?
Okay.
I am back.
Yes.
Looking more exquisite than when I left.
Yes.
I do hope this song makes mention of my beauty. An undeniable sense of style.
Yes.
Yes. Disappointed, Cruella. This crew is incredible.
Everyone, are we ready?
Yeah!
From the top. Cruella, before we get started, this is your VIP fan club. Everyone, here we go! The black and white fashion with a splash of red. Black and white hair on her sultry head. Her confidence has no sense of dread. She astounds us with her fashionable grin. Cruella, Cruella, long past the
Elvis DeVille, what do you think of your new song?
Done it!
Oh no.
No, not you!
No.
It's
Dinner tonight is at 1923. We are sitting on the Roy Disney side. This is the same menu and experience you'll have at the 1923 restaurants on the Wish and the Treasure.
Really? No idea.
Yeah.
So I love when I see like performance like that. And like, I love the mismatch question. That was so good. I was like, yes, Hades Town. I love Hades Town. So good.
So I was miscast for real on purpose. I was in Romeo Juliet, and they cast me as a female.
The final show on our sailing tonight is the one we are most excited about, the brand new Hercules on stage. We weren't allowed to film it, but we can safely say this is one of the best, with incredible performers and a great stage adaptation of the story.
Okay, final night towel animal, blanket animal, and our final night maiden voyage gift. Looks like we got some Heroes and Villains chocolates here. Those are fun. Very cool. And let's see what this is. Hard to do one-handed. There we go. Okay, well, it's all wrapped up. Okay, that's a base of some sort. All right, Danny. Danny with the assist. Oh, that's cool. There it is. Maiden Voyage Keel Coin. Keel coin. That's hard to say. That's really pretty.
Mm-hmm.
Look, it even says Maiden Voyage backwards on the back. We have to have a special shelf at home for all of our fun Disney Cruise Line artifacts. Awesome.
It's time for the See You Real Soon show, marking the end of the cruise. Right before that, though, we were treated to Destiny's version of the Kiss Goodnight, which really highlights the transformative features of the Grand Hall.
they found heroes and villains.
And lots more besides. Who here found themselves inspired by a hero on this journey? Yes, and Natalia, I know you were inspired by a hero. What do you think makes a hero? Strength, indeed, but to be a hero, you don't always have to save the world. Just make it a little better.
Now, who will admit to straying off the path this voyage? Who participated in some villainy? Color me surprised. Except for you, Byron, we all saw that coming. Yes, and the leader of the villain team over here. Did you have fun with the villains? I knew you would. I knew you would.
Yes, the path towards destiny is a winding one. There are always obstacles along the way, but there are also opportunities to be inspired by great heroes.
For a true hero isn't measured.
Byron, did you find what you were looking for?
Yes. Did all of you? Yes. Of course you did. Stories help us make sense of the world and our place in it. They connect us to one another.
They remind us who we are.
And who we are meant to be. But they don't define your destiny. Only you can do that. The destiny you searched for was always within. Choose fate.
Or forge your path and let your story begin. Friends, thank you all for inviting us to share your journey through these pages.
This chapter may be coming to a close, but our story is far from over. We will meet again.
For now, this is goodbye from us and some special friends you've met along the way.
you know what? 4 nights, just not enough.
I mean, especially when it is one of these larger ships that has so much that you want to see, and you also need to balance actually relaxing. There are not enough hours in the day, especially when I go to bed at 9:30 p.m.
Yeah. So it's debarkation day. They're kicking us off. We weren't smart enough to book a back-to-back, so
Before disembarking the ship, we thank you for sailing with us on board the beautiful Disney Destiny and hope you have a safe and pleasant journey home.
Let's go.
So yeah, that was them throwing us off. Let's grab our stuff and go. Had an amazing time. It's a fun ship.
It is. I would not, for the Wish class, I definitely would not put it above the Treasure. Treasure for me is number one of all the Disney ships, now that we've done all of them except the Wonder. But the interactive activities and experiences with the characters, like the Cruella de Vil creating a song thing, it was really cool. That was a lot of fun. So I'm glad we were able to do something different like that.
Yeah, the entertainment on the ship has been top-notch, like just fantastic, especially for a maiden voyage. Fun for us to do our first maiden voyage on a ship.
Yep. I did really like that they let you pre-order merch, so we didn't have to like waste a ton of time in line. So that was really nice. That was a nice feature.
Yeah, their shops were insane. But yeah, so that's it for us. Time to go back and get our car and eventually a plane and head back to home in the Netherlands where it's cold. See you later.
Bye.